Good morning. It is 07:30, and what's the O stand for? Oh my God, it's too damn early. But you know what? A man gotta work. A man does have to work. Well, what do we got going on today? We're gonna cover a lot. It's mostly the left losing their goddamn minds. First off, Rotten Tomatoes. Everybody's been going ape shit over that one, and not that I blame them. Basically, if y'all have been living under a rock or don't know, Rotten Tomatoes took down the ability to say yay or nay. Now the only thing you can do is say, do you want to see this movie, yes or no? Because the score had dropped so low with nays. And they can't say it's trolls because I read a few of them. Some of them were coming from women. They ain't trolls. It was just, you have blown your good standing with us, and we have absolutely no desire to see this rancid bullshit. The leftist media couldn't handle it, panicked, and had Rotten Tomatoes shut it down. Which I think is going to backfire even harder because now we're basically saying, oh, we're not allowed to have public discourse because, well, fucking reasons. I'm sorry, it's like free speech for you, but not for me, huh? Well, the people have spoken as far as I'm concerned. And granted, small sample, we pull a 40,000, but when less than 30% say they want to see this movie, you have got a fucking problem. And trying to silence people is only going to enrage them further. And you're going to see a bunch of people take to Twitter, Facebook, and the rest and go, I'm not going to go see this fucking movie. And at this rate, I was going to go see it in a morbid curiosity, but now that they're pulling this shit, yeah, lost my ticket. Not that I was going to be paying for it because I have that spend $20 at cinema and see 3 movies a week, but I ain't even going to give you that ticket for that one. I'll go see Alita again. I'll prop up a movie I did enjoy. And this also leads into Mr. Good old Bill Maher. And I don't know how long the video was ago, but he's talking about how everybody in the blue is, undergoing an economic renaissance, and the hillbilly assholes in the red parts are just don't understand, and blah 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 blah. And Bill Maher is basically running a suck, saying you should be in the blue areas. We're so great, we're so progressive, we're doing so well, and it's like, Bill Maher, get out of your Hollywood bubble a minute. This is how bad it is in California. If you do not make $113,000 a year, you're below the poverty line. I had friends. You see, you don't understand. I grew up in California. I grew up right outside of San Jose, a little town called Los Gatos. Yeah, one of the richest areas I've ever seen in my fucking life. My family could barely afford, on my dad's salary of about 70 grand a year plus my mom's salary, to live in a tiny, 3 bedroom, 2 bath apartment. Barely afford it. Couldn't afford a house. Cheapest house we could ever find that could suit our needs was well in the $600,000-700,000 range in the 90s. Let that sink in. Yes, in the Bay Area, if you do not make $113,000, you qualify for food stamps. You are below the poverty line. That's how insane the cost of living is in California. Los Angeles ain't much better. So spare me your progressivism. And it gets even better. Half of the San Joaquin Valley, because y'all can't get enough water, is a fucking dust bowl. The food production area of California, half of it's a dust bowl. Because you have so many people living in Los Angeles who need water, they have to divert it from one of the big places that makes you a hell of a lot of money. Farmers in the southern part of the San Joaquin Valley can't grow crops because they won't let them collect the rainwater and they won't let them drill for well water. So they're fucking stuck on worthless land that can't produce any crops. Yeah, there's your progressive right in there. Oh, and those buddies of mine that I were talking about. You see, I'm not going to name names because I don't want anybody doxing my boys and my girls. But my buddy worked as an assistant manager at a store. I'm not going to tell you which one, But in California, he was making $85,000 a year below the poverty line. He couldn't barely afford to live, working that hard and making that much money. He moved to Vegas. He now lives comfortably on $85,000 a year. Hell, I could move to Vegas as a truck driver and live comfortably on about $65,000 a year salary. I have a buddy. He's also a truck driver. Pretty much bought a house, is married, 3 kids. Just bought, I think, a Camaro. Has another car he's pretty much paid off. Living in Henderson, living the dream. Why? Because it's a lot like California without all the cost. And a lot of people are now moving to Vegas for that very fact of the cost of living is half of the Bay Area, but you get a lot of the same perks and same stuff. And Vegas was never supposed to be a place to live and stay. Though Vegas can afford it because of the casinos, and they keep the prices down because of all the money they make off them. And the casinos are happy to pay it because it's still ridiculously low taxes. Gambling is quite legal in Vegas and has been and will continue to be. And the city of Las Vegas and the state reaping millions upon millions of dollars off the casinos who are more than happy to pay it because they make billions. And everybody's happy. So, yeah. Bill Maher, my progressivism is a heap of shit. California is on the brink of fucking collapse. You have a economic, plan that is completely unsustainable. Oh, and to top this shit off, the only other thing propping up California besides your failing San Joaquin Valley is the Silicon Valley, and half of the valley's already, left on you. They've gone to Phoenix, North Carolina, and RTP because of better taxes and rebates and all the fun shit are basically saying, come here. We won't charge you an arm and a leg. We won't charge you this much, and you can make the rest. Enjoy. And a lot of the tech firms are going, yeah, fuck you, California. We're out of here. Silicon Valley's becoming a ghost town, slowly but surely. California is gonna, and there's only one other place that's propping up California, and they can't make money enough like that. Is Hollywood. They live in a fucking gated bubble and think the rest of the country thinks like them. They don't understand they are a very vocal yet stupid minority. And this takes us to Captain Marvel. Yes, Brie Larson living in a goddamn dream world, and she, I think, is about to get a rude fucking awakening. At this point, because of the fan outcry and backlash and the way the shill media is screaming bloody murder, there's a definite possibility, in my humble opinion, we could see a solo repeat out of Disney with Captain Marvel. The possibility now exists, especially depending on what we see the first weekend, because it could be a $50 million opening weekend. I mean, at this rate, it is possible. It is quite possible. Will it happen? I give it about a 1 in 3 chance of it happening, but I am acknowledging that possibility exists, ladies and gentlemen. But this whole woke progressive bullshit where they think, oh, most of the country thinks like them, they need to wake up to reality. Their progressive bullshit is just that. Bullshit. And Ocasio-Cortez, please keep running your suck. You're going to get primaried in 2020 and thrown the fuck out of office, and your Green New Deal is going to die. Because the Democrats are already looking to take you out. They're gunning for you. You're going to be a one-term congresswoman. Granted, you'll be taken care of for the rest of your life, you lucky bitch. But I hope in 2020 you get shut the fuck down and shut the fuck up. And to Miss Brie Larson, you are free and clear to use the First Amendment however you see fit. But there are always consequences and repercussions. I think you're about to realize that the hard way. I'm not saying you should have, well, yes, I am saying, not because you're a woman, but because you're trying to promote a movie to make a hell of a lot of money. You should have learned to shut the fuck up on the progressive shit and just pump up your movie and say, look, this is going to be a good movie. Please come see it. You should have been humble. You should have said, hey, look, I want to include more people, not exclude white people. I just want to bring more people in. I want more points of view. No one would have, hell, I wouldn't have said that. It's like, hey, you want to bring more people in? You want to bring more people in to come see you and all this fun stuff? Fine. No one has a problem with that. What people do have a problem when you say, I want everybody but these kind of people. I want less of these people. I want to exclude these people. That is literally what you said. You want less of these people, but more of these people. You're being exclusionary. You're being racist. I don't give a shit it's against white men. Racism is racism is racism. I don't fucking care how you slice it. This progressive bullshit of racist against white people, but no one else needs to fucking die. It is pure racism, and not just white guys, like women, black people. Everybody is starting to see your bullshit for what it is. Pure, unadulterated racism. It needs to die. You people are turning back the fucking clock. Back to the 60s. I mean, I love this whole just, oh, no. You motherfuckers are the ones bringing up the division. You motherfuckers are the ones turning back the goddamn clock. You motherfuckers are the ones causing all this bullshit. And I hate you for it. I don't want to hate you, but I hate you for turning back the goddamn clock. Morgan Freeman was right. We just don't talk about it. We treat each other like equals. We treat each other like people. We treat each other like Americans, and racism dies a quiet death. You all brought it back to the fore and slammed it into high gear. It is your goddamn fault. And if you haven't seen Colin Noir, black man who supports the Second Amendment and is trying to show you all the truth of what's been going on in places like Chicago, he just put out a new video. I highly suggest you go watch it, because I fully agree with that man. Why was it that the cops gave all that attention to Jesse Smollett when there are crimes upon crimes upon crimes of rape, murder, all the bad shit, and cops got to waste their time with Jesse Smollett? Why won't we talk about the problems really plaguing Chicago? Why we got to talk about this high-profile thing and scream, my racism, but not talk about the problems really plaguing that damn city? Huh? What the fuck is wrong with the goddamn media? What the fuck is wrong with goddamn leftists these days? Why won't they talk about the real problems they have and try to brush under the rug and say, look at our utopia, look at our socialist bullshit, it's so fucking great! No, it's not. Dig under the surface. It's a fucking shit sandwich. Alright, well, I've been on a tirade for about 12 and a half minutes. I'm going to bring this to an end. There will be a video later when I talk about the Star Trek that could have been Star Trek Voyager. Yes, I had to go on this tirade because I'm just sick to death of this social progressive bullshit and the shit they're slinging. It's time for them to wake up to reality. It is way past time for them to wake up to reality. And reality sucks. Deal with it. Embrace the suck. I'm the Iron Wolf, part of the Founding Fathers, your resident United States Marine. I'll catch you all later.